Imagine you're an artist, an animator, and you have this great idea, and in all your free time over the course of a week, you sit down and you toil away at this great video idea. You make it look beautiful, you post it on social media, and you're so happy about it. And then in comes a channel with 5 million subscribers that yoinks your animation frame by frame. And then when you find this out and you're very upset, you contact them and they just laugh in your face. Well, this is what happened to this animator by the name of Youngster Series. They had posted this video to their YouTube channel titled, "I Need Your Help." And they also posted this on TikTok, so I got it on my For You page. It was an 11-minute video, and I didn't even realize it. I just sat there and listened to the whole thing because I was like, ooh, what in the world? And that's basically what they said.
When a bigger channel steals your animation frame for frame, refuses to credit you, strikes your channel out of spite, and then quietly uploads the stolen videos across like 5 different backup accounts, all while their fans shrug and say, relax, that's just how internet works. That's when I realized that this isn't just about me anymore. This is a story about how content farms are slowly killing original animators and what that means for the future of online animation.
Yeah. I highly implore you to watch Youngster's video as well. I will have their video linked down below. Please watch, subscribe, and support them. Basically, they go on to say that they weren't going to make the video, but they realize that this is for the greater good of the art community. You can't let something like this happen. Otherwise, people like that actor that stole their video will continue to do it to other people. Youngster had originally posted a call out to their Instagram page a week ago where they put the animations side by side. The one on the left is Youngster's original animation, and the one on the right is the one stolen by the YouTube channel by the name of State Human with 5.3 million subscribers. Everything, the entire concept of the animations, like every frame and script was completely stolen by State Human. And Youngster writes, bro didn't credit or nothing. Yeah, it's not cool since the creator has gained 2 million views across platforms. That's $400 to $500 stolen from me. Bro got $5 million on YouTube and thinks they can exploit smaller streamers. Chat, please do your thing. And when they posted this, people in the comment section were being so rude, by the way, like the absolute audacity. A commenter says, they made it better. One, better or worse is something subjective. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I love Youngster's animation style. I think it's very cute. But secondly, better or worse, if you objectively think the other person's one was better, doesn't give you the right to steal stuff, you know? I didn't realize it was okay to steal as long as you stole, but like made it a little better, you know? Like I'm about to go rock up to Chanel, grab a Chanel flap, okay, put a little bow on it, say it's better, and I'm gonna walk out of there. You think they're gonna go take me? I'm going to jail if I do that, okay? Other people were saying, I mean, they probably just thought it was a trend and remade it in their style. I don't think it's stolen, but maybe you should talk to them and they can give you some credit. Sorry, I get a little bit heated every time I see the thing where people are like, it's just a trend, so that like, don't worry about it. A trend still has an origination. There is an origin point to a trend. And the origin point, a lot of times, is a poor creator that did not get credit for doing something cool and starting a new movement that took over social media for a couple weeks. You know, it's typically somebody not getting their fair seat at a table. So saying this, you know, and I feel like the thing is too, if you maybe benefit of doubt thought it was a trend and you wanted to recreate it for yourself and you know you made it in your own style, why not like change it a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, why is it exactly stolen frame by frame? Why is the color of the bricks the same? You couldn't even change the yellow and red brick to, I don't know, blue and green or something. Like even that was kept the same. Wow, they put a brick on top. Oh, they put a blue brick on top. They couldn't even change the color. Do you see what I mean? Like even the stacks of Lego bricks, okay? They put the yellow one in the back, the same way Youngster did. They put the red one in the middle and the blue one in front. Not me saying green, the blue one in front. Even for the conveyor belt scene, the stacks of Lego colors are the same again. It is still blue, red, yellow. And then the conveyor belt also looks the same. Why does your conveyor belt have these same little like cutout holes on the bottom that Youngsters has? And on the same beat too, they have like somebody like kind of like falling and like jumping up and down in the window. At the same beat of the video, does that person come in and out of frame? I feel like you can't really like pull the I didn't know card when no liberty was basically taken to make it look any different. Also, on a complete side note, a bunch of animators were also sharing their experience of having their stuff stolen. I have animator friends that also have had the same thing happen where people would steal it frame for frame and then pull the it's just a trend or like, well, I changed it because I put in my character, so it's okay. That doesn't make it okay. A Slice of Alan writes, An animator with many more followers stole one of my comic ideas and turned it into an animated reel. He changed the characters but kept practically everything else the same, even the clothing. I messaged him and he said people always reanimate his ideas, so he didn't think it was a big deal. Everyone has a different opinion about things, right? And we are all allowed to do that as human beings. But just because you think stealing is fine doesn't mean objectively it's okay. Another commenter, Sun Kiyazawa, says, this happened to me one time with an animation and a bigger artist, except I didn't post anything about it because I didn't want to cause drama. I ignored it and I was nice to the artist, but people gave me hate so bad saying their version was better in my comments. It's really hard out here on Instagram sometimes. Which again, these are such dumb comments. Youngster went and then contacted State Human to go discuss this. Dude, at least credit me for the last video. LOL, you straight up stole content. State Human went and sent Youngster's reel back in their DMs and was like, can we follow each other? Sorry, I didn't realize the next course of action was somebody says, hey man, you stole my stuff, to be like, yo, let's follow each other. I'm not gonna read everything because they did crash out a little bit, which is so valid given what happened. But Youngster basically literally went off on them, calling them a bully and saying, it took me time to come up with that video and you know what you're doing is wrong. And then Youngster says, I will not let a bully exploit smaller creators and get away with no consequences. I simply won't. And then State Human just reacted to it. And then State responded, you posted your video publicly. I used the idea and the audio for inspiration and created my own original animation. That doesn't mean I stole anything from you. I'm not deleting my content and I'm not sending you money. You can express your concerns without threats. If you believe something is wrong, you are free to contact the proper platform channels. Otherwise, stop sending threats. Which again, sorry, y'all got mad at me in my other video for censoring the flag it word. YouTube hates that word and they will think I am sending hate to people. So I am gonna replace it with other words. And then State Human posted their DMs to their Instagram story, tagged Youngster, and was like, your video was public. I used the idea and audio as inspiration and made my own animation. That's not theft. I'm not deleting anything and I'm not sending money. If you think something is wrong, flag it through the platform. I don't know, man. I think people are valid for posting their experiences. And if you have an experience, you're valid to post it on your social media to talk about it. But I don't know, Stat Human has almost 200K on Instagram. And to post your DMs onto your following page with 200K followers and then basically call the other person crazy and be like, I just took inspiration, whatever. You didn't explicitly tell your audience to go do anything, but your audience is gonna see that and then be like, yeah, well, you're my favorite creator, because there is a fandom around this country head type videos where they have the head and they're people, which is the animation that this person does. They're going to leave comments under this animator's page, right? And an artist comes to you and is like, hey bro, you stole my stuff word for word, and you're like, nope, gotta go post it to my Instagram and whine about it on my Instagram story so that my audience thinks that you're an a-hole. Weird. I try to be more objective in my videos, but seeing stuff like this just makes me personally frustrated. So Youngster copyright struck that video, claiming that it was, their video and their concept that was taken. And then State Human counterstruck that, claiming the animation was their original work. Now, when you reach this point, the next step is to sue them. That's just the next process for the escalation. And Youngster found out that State actually lives in Russia. And because Russia and the US do not have ties, you cannot sue anybody in Russia if you're American, I guess. I don't really know how the politics of that works out, but because they have no way to escalate this to a lawsuit, it's just stuck there and they can't do anything. And this is also something that's very interesting that I only found out when I went through it myself. But if you go through a copyright strike thing in YouTube and you're trying to counter strike or whatever, you need to submit all your personal information, which is also I don't know, right? I don't want the other person to have all my personal information. And then the other option is you go through a lawyer, and then that's expensive. But then the lawyer can act as a middleman, so you give your lawyer's information, and you have to give your address too, which is wild, right? So yeah, that's something. Dude, this is wild. State got salty, I guess, went back to Youngster's channel and then struck their videos. Then State and his followers are basically stating, oh, the video isn't stolen because the visuals were changed. But Youngster is basically saying, yo, 70% of the video is scripting and planning. It took them a long time to come up with the video concept. That was the soul of the video, and all of that was taken. And in the rest of the video, Youngster is expressing how it's just very frustrating because they are just one individual. They are trying to animate in their free time, but that it's expensive, right? So they work at a sushi restaurant during their day-to-day to try to make some money so they can animate and do what they love, and how mass content farms like that of State Human get rewarded by the algorithm and the public with like views and like supporters and like subscribers, and people like him end up getting the short end of the stick because he doesn't have like the same resources as these big old content farms. And the end of the video, Youngster basically implores people to share the story and for you as the viewer to, one, care about where your content is coming from, two, again, do some nuance when you're consuming content. Like, is this content actually from this creator or is it possibly stolen? And if you are engaging and supporting stolen content, it unfortunately punishes the original creator because the original creator will lose out on that view, will lose out on the money they could be making. And this is like very necessary money because we probably all know artists are not rolling in dough in the ripe old 2025, okay? It's hard out here for artists. And then you get content mills churning out daily videos by looking for artists, scraping all their videos, and then just recreating it with the tiniest amount of changes to like skirt that gray area and get away with it. It's just frustrating, and I completely agree with their sentiment. Don't send hate to any parties involved. Do not do that. Not cool. But I will have Youngsters' channels and stuff linked down below if you would like to go and support them, the original artist. Because again, at least for me too, it's always very, very frustrating seeing like people blatantly take advantage of systems, right? Because State knows the fact that if they are located in Russia, which has no ties to the US, that they can get away with linking people's videos and they're basically free from copyright strikes due to the fact that the US has no like legal relation to Russia. They gain all these subscribers from it. They know it's wrong and they're just laughing about it. Laughing emoji reacting to stuff. Like, for me, it's just like a morally frustrating thing. Support small creators, support original artists, support the people, like the hardworking individuals that are creating the content you consume, and not people that are yoinking it from others. So yeah, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on my socials like Etsy. I have digital art there for streamers and creators, and a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide. Apologies on this. I'm at home visiting my family for Thanksgiving, which is why I look like I'm streaming from a 12-year-old's bedroom because this was my bedroom when I was 12. So yeah, check me out on Instagram as well. I am trying to get to 100K there, so hopefully we can get there. And yeah, I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. Hope to catch you guys in a Twitch stream or in another video. Peace.